Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, your broadcast sanctuary from the west end of Nigeria. And we're taking you through metropolitan Lagos in a beautiful start this morning. Our covenant with you, our dear listener, is to ensure that you get the traffic information that will help you gladly plan your journeys and reduce your travel time as much as possible. Now, the month of November is certainly on the overdrive. It's approaching midpoint right now, and it is as if it's jolted to the realization that we are actually edging towards the end of the year. Welcome to Build Right this beautiful Thursday morning. Of course, you know Build Right is the one-stop diary that connects you with the built environment, and it comes to you every Thursdays from 9:15 through 10 o'clock. It's nice to have you join us. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, then, so all through the last quarter, and of course this quarter as well, we'll be trying to see how we can decentralize the planning approvals and of course the building permit approvals for the state, taking you to the localities so that we can make things much more beautiful. And while doing that, we've been hearing from you on some infractions that relates to the built environment in Lagos. So we still continue that dialogue, especially on what you need to do when you see things that are not properly done as it relates to the built environment. If you find out any infraction, please always whistleblow and let's help avert any forms of building collapse. You're welcome. This is an initiative of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, and today we're taking you all the way to Lekki to find out how approvals are done within that locality. All that and much more part of the menu. If you can keep us company from now through 10 o'clock, but a brief break, we'll be back.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the State Operative Development Plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We set for the conversation this morning, but before then, let's take you through the roads and let you know from our live cameras in the studios. Those of you heading to the island, it's still a very, very good connection, especially on both sides. Talking about the Coal Bridge in Watak still looks good. Same for your movement. Those of you on the Third Bilan Bridge is looking good for now too. So no major worries driving through those corridors. Ikorodu Road from the rear is also looking good. We've not heard of any major impediment on mile 12 today, unlike previous days. Let's still look at the incident report at mile 2. There's a broken down tanker that is loaded with chemicals at the train station junction inwards Doba, and this is on the main carriageway, and it's having a rear tire problem. Okay, I understand it cannot be towed, so efforts on for evacuation. We have our traffic managers on ground trying to ensure that you still have it good within that particular corridor. We're still monitoring the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I will tell you others what's the latest. We had an accident with two articulated vehicles earlier on, causing a whole lot of slowness inwards Lagos. But you can keep me posted. What's happening there? What's the latest with that this morning? Ibeju-Lekki corridor traffic from Dangote Refinery and environs Pinnacle Depot still very much in perfect shape. No impediment cited. And we can tell you the return journey as well is pretty good as we speak right now. Movement from areas like Akodo Police Station heading towards the General Hospital, also looking good. And we can also tell you no record of impediment whatsoever within that particular corridor. All right, on Build Right, this beautiful Thursday morning, we're looking at compliance for building regulations in Lagos, the district officer's mandate. And joining me in the studio this morning, Town Planner Sahid Latif Adeyemi is Assistant Director with LASPA, that's the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and he's the District Officer Lekki 2. Town Planner Adeyemi, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Very fine, sir.
How was your journey all the way from Lekki to this end?
Yeah, it was smooth. The traffic was a bit okay this morning.
All right. Okay, it's like driving to the another extreme of town. That's what it means.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Engineer that's Engineer Damilola Olojo Kosoko is also here. He's Principal Civil Engineer with the Lagos State Building Control Agency, and he's also the District Head of Ibeju, Lekki West District. Is that correct?
You're correct.
Nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And how was your own journey here too?
Not bad.
Oh.
A little bit of traffic around the Highland, Lekki axis,
Okay.
Lekki corridor.
Yeah, it's always built up within that corridor in the mornings. Traffic is normally very, very busy within the Lekki end. What have you been able to deduce as a response? Is it just lots of vehicles, or perhaps people not driving against, or people driving against the flow of traffic?
As regards that peak period, we have to consider that.
Okay.
Whereby people wake up very early in the morning to set out to work.
They are migrating towards this end.
Migrating towards the ends, exactly.
Okay. All right. Let's put it aside and talk about the business of the morning. Town Planner Sahid Latif Adeyemi. Let's start off with the amnesty program. I know that the Lagos State government did extend the amnesty on completed buildings. That's we're talking about planning permit approvals for completed buildings to the end of December. So, how far is it going within your locality?
It's going very well. Lekki 2 is a new kind of part of Ibeju Lekki that was kind of broken off.
So it's different from Lekki Phase 2?
It's quite different. That's what I was trying to explain to
All right,
you.
we'll talk about that. We'll find out what the map looks like, and you'll be able to talk to us.
Okay,
But
thank you.
the amnesty program is going well?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, very well. A lot of people are turning up to bring all their existing structures for approval. And we've really gotten people who still are clamoring that the government should extend it. But because of the Mr. Governor's amnesty extension till December,
Right.
everybody is now keying into it. And you know, the mandate is for them to get it on time,
Right.
which is within 10 days.
So when you say people are turning up, like how many people show up in your office every day?
Well, in my office, being a new district that was created from Ibeju Lekki because of the loans on Ibeju Lekki, we are having on average of 20-15 daily.
Wow.
But most of them comes from information.
Okay.
You know, we have rules of what you must have and requirements. So when they do, they come. Out of those 20 that comes around, probably around 5 or 10, depending on the rates when they give them the assessment
Right.
and when they make their payments.
All right, Engineer Olojo Kosoko, what about you? I mean, how's the amnesty program faring with your own neighborhood as well?
Well, it's ongoing at the moment, and the turnout has been impressive. A lot of developers have been coming in to file the applications for building plan approval as built.
Okay.
And all hands are on deck from our own hands too, that's from fiscal planning, and they're making sure everything is seamless and approvals can be granted as fast as possible.
Right. So, and Tapala Adeyemi, why is the amnesty program? Why is it? Why is it necessary?
Well, when you look at Lagos, being a mega city as it was, and you know, the mandate of Mr. Governor to really get everybody in line with the system, that no building must be left untouched without urgent approval. And we have some buildings that have been existing for quite some time without any form of documentation. So the government has made it easy for them to come up Now see, let's have all these data. Let's have all this has been existing without any form of approval to be approved.
Okay.
And he has given some amnesty before any buildings that have been built without proper approval will be penalized. But he said nobody should be penalized who have an existing building that has been completed.
All right. So the penalty fee is taken off.
It is, Mr. Governor has waived it for everybody who.
So for those who are really keen of becoming repentant on all of this, what's the requirement? What is required for them to come along with?
The requirement is very simple. All you need to do is get your building drawings as it is. It is on site. Get a structural engineer to certify that building. Okay, it depends on the floor. If it's a bungalow, you just get a letter of certification. If it's more than a floor, that's you have the ground and the first. We call it 2 floors. If it's more than that, you get an engineer to do a form of NET, or you go to material testing for an NET above 2 floors.
Okay.
So with that test to show that the structure is still okay, because we are afraid of any form of collapse.
Right.
If it's okay and it meets all the livable conditions, then you bring your architectural drawing, your survey, then if you are a tax compliant citizen, you get your tax attached as well.
Right.
Then you put your title document in. It could be C of O, it could be stamp duty, or it could be deed, all certified true copy.
Right.
Then you are good to go.
And Engineer Olojo, for those who might not have all of this, is it very easy to get all of these documents or all of these things that he's mentioned?
Yes, it is very easy to get. These are not complex documents. We expect everyone to build right in Lagos. You're supposed to have your architectural drawings. You're supposed to engage professionals, get your architectural drawings. The way it's built, the way the building is, that's why it's termed as built.
Right.
You should get your structural drawings. You should get your survey. You should engage. If you don't have one, you can engage a surveyor to get one for you. And in due time, everything is ready.
So simple like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about your direct responsibilities as district officers representing those different areas. First off, for you, Town Planner Adeyemi, what's your own direct responsibility?
Well, as a district officer,
so you need to come closer to that microphone so that we can hear you properly.
okay.
Yeah.
As a district officer, my responsibility is to grant approval from either if it's bungalow, that's 1 floor, to 2 floor. If it's above that, then it has to be taken to the head office for concurrent approval.
Okay.
Which is still coming back down to my office. Then too, I make sure that I monitor some aspect of development within my environment. Then I liaise with the community as regard them coming. During this amnesty, we went for some sensitization, maybe with the Obas, some of the ballets as well, that they should tell their people that there is a window the government has given to them for them to bring their drawings and some field documents for them to have their approval, and it should be gotten within the next 10 days.
All right.
Those are my responsibilities.
And for you, Engineer Olojo?
Yes, my responsibility as the district engineer is to make sure you have 100% records of every building within your district. You should have records of buildings under construction. You should have records of buildings that are already existing within the district. The ones under construction will make sure they are being built to conformity according to approved building plan issued by the Lagos State Fiscal Planning Permit Authority.
All right.
Then as regards stage inspection exercise, we'll make sure every developer within our districts writes to Lagos State Building Control Agency to notify them of their intention for to carry out stage inspection exercise. We have professionals on ground in building control. We have architects, we have engineers that will send out there to make sure the building is being built right and to approval standards for
Right.
stage inspection and certification exercise.
All right, let's begin to transport people's imagination towards that locality where you guys superintend as district officers. So, Town Planner Adeyemi, Lekki 2 is called, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us. How,
Lekki 2 is the boundary of Lekki 2 is from Eleko Junction all the way down to Oshoroko. Now, our office is located within the LCDA Lekki LCDA
Right.
along that Dangote refinery axis.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the update I just gave right now. So it's within that end.
Corridor. Yeah, yeah. You know, the tankers are